So our next term coming here is the total energy and internal energy. एक्चुअली आपको हमें पढ़ना है यहाँ पे फिलहाल इंटरनल एनर्जी, लेकिन इसका मीनिंग क्या होता है? व्हाट इज मीनिंग ऑफ इंटरनल एनर्जी? Let us try to understand by using one term more, the total energy of system. So this total energy can be taken as equal to kinetic energy plus potential energy plus we take term internal energy plus internal energy. इसमें डिफरेंस क्या है टर्म्स के अंदर है? देखिए, इन द गिवन टर्म टेकन हियर, what is the kinetic energy means, or it is due to this kinetic energy is due to motion or the movement of system or body. That body or system is moving. How to find this form? What is formula of kinetic energy? Half mv square. When a particle or body is moving with a definite speed or velocity, then we can find the particles or the body's kinetic energy. So this energy is due to motion of the system or body. And why we have this energy? Second term energy is potential energy. It is due to external field, due to presence of external field. That field can be your electrical field or can take magnetic field or gravitational field. Electric field, magnetic field or gravitational field. Now what happens if you take a body, suppose we take a body is at rest. You can take a body or system is at rest, and in absence of external field, what should happen? When the body is at rest, it has zero velocity. So what happens? That means in this condition for the body, kinetic energy will be how much? Zero. And in absence of any external field, the body have how much potential energy? Zero. These two energy become zero. So can take in such conditions the total energy, if I take symbol E, is equal to the system or body's internal energy, U. In fact, in several books, in old books, we were using symbol E in place of U. Even in some books, old books, you still may have symbol E used instead of U. But आपका अभी symbol क्या यूज करते हैं? U for the symbol of internal energy. तो be careful, symbol U to be taken for this internal energy. हमारा टॉपिक भी आपको ही पढ़ना है. Definition of this term first, internal energy. क्या होता है? You can write definition of this internal energy. Write down definition. I hope पहला तो आपको मीनिंग समझ में आया ना इसका, कि मीनिंग क्या होता है कि एक होता है टर्म टोटल एनर्जी, एक होता है सिस्टम का इंटरनल एनर्जी. इनका रिलेशंस क्या है? इनका ये रिलेशंस होता है कि when the body is at rest or in the presence of any kind of external field, some energy the body can possess. That energy is called as the body's or system's potential energy. When the body is taken at rest, zero velocity, and in absence of any external field, these two terms, kinetic energy or potential energy, will be zero. In such cases, the total energy of system will be taken as the system's internal energy. I hope it is clear. Now we take definition of internal energy. Write down definition. देखिए, it is sum total of all types of energies. It is sum total of all types of energies associated with a body or system, with a body or system. Body or system means it can include your all kind of kinetic energies, it can include your all types of kinetic energies, all kind of potential energies as well. They can be included in the term of simple systems internal energy. Like if I take U total, can be taken, it is energy vibrational of particles, so vibrational, rotational, translational, motional particles, plus we can take vibrational, rotational, translational, bonding energy, or we can take electronic energy. Means any kind of energy. Further we can think of electronic energy and so on. If it is sum total of all types of energies which are or which can be associated with system or body, will be called as the system's internal energy. I hope it is clear definition part. It can have all kind of energy involved here, all kind of kinetic energies inside the body. क्या क्या होता है? Vibrational particles, rotational, translational, bonding energy, electronic energy. We take all kind of energies in a system possible, which can be associated with the body or system, will be called as the system's internal energy. So clear was में? So now you can see here that this energy involves so many types of energies that is not possible. Since it involves so many types of energies, that is impossible, not possible to find the absolute value of the system's internal energy. What we are having more interest, or we can try to calculate, will be taken as change in internal energy. तो first write down this point लीजिए. Since it का meaning यहाँ पे है internal energy. Since it involves so many types of energies, that it is not possible to calculate the absolute value of internal energy. To calculate the absolute value of internal energy. Are you getting this point? It involves so many kind of energies. You can see here, we cannot find the absolute value of the internal energy. Full stop. आगे लिखिए. Also it is not desirable. हमें चाहिए भी नहीं. Also it is not desirable to find. Also it is not desirable to calculate the absolute value of internal energy. To calculate the absolute value of internal energy. Full stop. We are interested only in change. We are interested only in change of internal energy. We are interested only in change of internal energy, which we calculate in terms of heat exchange and work done. Okay. So before we take that calculation, let us take some more point about this term internal energy. So some properties you can take about this internal energy. क्या क्या होता है? Let us see. देखिए. First we can take this internal energy. It is an example of extensive property. इसका मीनिंग क्या होता है? The property is mass dependent. We see clearly that if system will have more number of particles, more number of bodies, more mass, and all the energy will be higher. So definitely this property is an example of extensive property, mass dependent property. Next, it is a state function. It is a state function, meaning function of state. It is a function of state means it can change only when the state will change, and for the change in state, the value of delta u depend only on the initial and final states, not on the path followed. Means delta u can be taken u final minus u initial. How this value will be approached, we have no interest. Only we require change, and the change in the internal energy will depend only on the final state and initial state, not path followed. Moreover, if I write for this cyclic process, how much can be taken delta u? Du 0. If for a cyclic process the change can be taken how much? In internal energy 0. For a cyclic process, the state remain unchanged, so delta u become 0 finally. Next point, it is function of temperature. It is directly proportional to temperature. It is a function of temperature. For ideal gas means it is directly proportional to temperature. उसका मीनिंग क्या होगा कि therefore for isothermal process, what happens? Delta T is 0. So in such a case, delta U will also be 0. In such a case, delta T will be 0. So delta U will also be 0. Okay. So that is what we can take basic properties of this term internal energy. Now we told we can find the change in internal energy in terms of only heat exchange and work done. So you can suppose right here, if we assume that Q is the heat absorbed by system, and W is the work done on the system. W is the work done on the system. In such a case, delta U will be how much? Q plus work. In this case, condition what is there? Heat is absorbed by system, so it is positive plus Q. Work is done on the system, means plus work. So you take work is positive, Q positive, both will add up, both will increase the system's internal energy. So delta U will be how much? Q plus work. And this expression become it is mathematical form of first law of thermodynamics. It is mathematical form of first law of thermodynamics. So now what is first law of thermodynamics? It is same as the law of conservation of energy. What is first law? It is same as law of conservation of energy. You know the law of conservation of energy? You can write same statement. It is same as law of conservation of energy. If you know first law of thermodynamics, you know this also. First law of thermodynamics. So what is the statement? You can write 1 2 statement, write down, लिख लीजिए. Statement for first law. लिखिए first law statements. Write down. लिखिए. It states that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It states that energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but one form of energy can change to other form. Now we know that what is mass? Mass can change to energy. Mass can change to energy. So what happens when the mass can change to energy by using Einstein's mass energy relationship? So mass also can change to energy. तो राइट सेकंड स्टेटमेंट लिख लीजिए, the total energy of universe remains constant, और भी राइट मॉडिफाइड फॉर्म लिखिए, the total mass and energy of universe remains constant. The total energy and mass of universe remains constant. The total energy and mass of universe remains constant. It is again one more form of first law of thermodynamics. So that is basically same as the law of conservation of energy. The first law is same as law of conservation of energy we have taken here. Okay. Now we can take some modifications from this first law of thermodynamics. Now we can take some modifications of first law of thermodynamics. We have taken expression, we can take modifications or some important conclusions, not we can take better term conclusions. Conclusions from first law of thermodynamics. Using FLOT means first law of thermodynamics. What is the expression taken here? Delta U is equal to Q plus work. The expression taken here is delta U is equal to Q plus work. So from this expression we can take some conclusions. क्या क्या आएगा इसमें? पहला पॉइंट लिखेंगे इसमें कि let us take first for isothermal process. इसमें क्या होता है? Delta T will be 0. When delta T is 0, we know that U is a function of temperature. So delta U will also become 0 since U is a function of temperature we discuss. So in such a process, for isothermal process, what happened? Temperature remain constant in the entire process. So delta T will be 0. So delta U will also be 0. And then we can write here by expression delta U 0 हो गया, Q plus work, or I can write here Q is equal to minus work or vice versa. Okay, so we can write Q equal to minus work or minus Q is equal to work. Two expressions you can write here. इसका meaning क्या है? If you write Q positive then work is negative, or work negative positive then Q become negative. So what does this indicate? We write on the write down. देखिए इसका meaning क्या होता है? Okay, it means for an isothermal process, heat absorbed by system, the heat absorbed by system is equal to work done by system. The heat absorbed by system is equal to work done by the system, and vice versa. The heat absorbed by system is equal to work done by system and vice versa. आप देख लीजिए, अगर आपका heat absorb होगा क्या हुआ, then since system cannot cause any increase in energy of its own, that energy will be given out as work. Or if the work is done on system, then some energy should be given out. So we can take this relation here. That we can take here first conclusion. Second we can take conclusion for adiabatic process. इसमें क्या होता है? Q is 0. So when Q is 0 in this process, then what we can write here? That delta U is equal to work. Both are positive or both can be negative. Minus delta U is minus work. Both positive or both negative. इसका meaning क्या होता है? लिख लीजिए. देखिए work done on the system means in this process the work done on system is equal to increase. The work done on the system is equal to increase in the internal energy. Work done on system is equal to increase in internal energy of the system. ऑफ द सिस्टम और एंड वाइस वर्सा। देखिए दोनों पॉजिटिव हैं या दोनों नेगेटिव होंगे। अगर आपको दिया वर्क डन ऑन सिस्टम, व्हाट इज वर्क एनर्जी ओनली, तो सिस्टम एनर्जी इंक्रीजेस, डेल्टा यू पॉजिटिव रहेगा। इफ द वर्क डन इज बाय सिस्टम, then for doing work some energy is required. From where energy will come? Energy will come from systems on internal energy. तो then that delta will become negative. Heat evolved is negative आपको हो जाएगा ये वाला Q0 इसमें। So that is second term or observation. Third can be taken for isochoric process. Isochoric process इसमें क्या होता है? Volume remain constant और डेल्टा V will be 0. So what is work taken here? P delta V. So this work will be how much taken? 0. So in this process what we can write here? Delta U is equal to how much? Q. Delta U is equal to Q, and this Q can be written as QV. Delta U is QV. V means the condition of constant volume. So in question this term delta U is called as heat change for a process or reaction. For a process कब होगा? At constant volume. When the volume is constant, we can write this Q as QV and this is delta U. So when question they ask the term कि for a process calculate the heat change at constant volume, then what we require? We require delta U. डेल्टा यू को निकालना पड़ता है ऐसे क्वेश्चंस में। नेक्स्ट कैन बी टेकन फॉर एडियाबैटिक प्रोसेस, सॉरी नेक्स्ट वी कैन टेक फॉर आइसोबारिक प्रोसेस। आइसोबारिक प्रोसेस मींस प्रेशर इज कांस्टेंट, dP is 0. In this case expression write completely delta U is equal to Q plus work. Now in this case if I take the expression, if the work is done by the system, work is done by system, so I can write work how much? Minus P delta V, and this term delta U can be taken how much? I write term QP plus minus P delta V as the work done. From here I can write QP is how much? Delta U plus P delta V. It is one more way of writing expressions. आप पढ़ेंगे थोड़ी देर में. It is called delta H. In this case, pressure is constant. In this case, the pressure is constant. So, if pressure is constant, the heat change is called as constant pressure. The heat change is called as the heat change at constant pressure. And if I just write in this expression we have taken earlier, the work is done on system, then it is positive. If I add work is done by system, then how much is work? We can write here minus P delta V pressure and volume work, and this term Q I can replace as QP, then QP will be how much? Delta U plus P delta V, and this expression will show you after some time that it is called as delta H. So in the questions whenever they require calculation of heat change at constant pressure, when they require heat change at constant pressure, they require to find delta H. Delta H is called enthalpy change. That is coming ahead in later on in the given chapter same. So you can see from here the two important conclusion or observations, that in systems or reaction or process there are two types of heat involved. One is called as heat change at constant volume, it is delta U. Second is called as heat change at constant pressure, that is called delta H. Delta H को क्या बोलते हैं? Enthalpy change. What is delta H called as? Enthalpy change. We will explain to you. Next we can take for cyclic process. What happens? State remains same. Means in this case initial and final state remain same. In the state remains same, we can write what here? Delta U will be 0. because U is state function. Q and work already explained to you are not state function. So Q or work separately are not state function. So you can take in such a case delta U 0, and then you can take Q is equal to minus work. Then Q in such a case will be equal to minus work. Negative work means heat absorbed in this process will be used for doing work by the system. Heat absorbed will be equal to work done by the system for a cyclic process. Remember, Q and work both are not state function, but sum total of Q plus work that become a delta U, and delta U become then state function. So in the question they may ask you option this way here. They may state one question like which is state function in the properties, which is a state function. Like option A given to you here is Q, option B given to you work, option C given to you Q plus work, option D given is delta U. So you can see from the given expression Q or work separately are not state function, but Q plus work become equal to delta U. So option C and D are same. Since Q plus work become equal to delta U, the change in internal energy, so Q plus work is same as delta U. So both option C and D are same and are the example of state function. But only Q or only work are not state function. Already explained to you that the work done or heat change will depend on the path followed as well as the state, initial and final states. So Q or work separately are not state function, but U is. That is the some conclusions from the first law of thermodynamics. So on this point you can write question in examinations, like a small question given to you here. आपको दिया है if a system absorbs 200 joules of energy of heat and does 300 joules of work, then find change in internal energy. Find change in internal energy. One very easy question, basic question. So in this case, can you tell the answer? So what is your answer coming? Activity is a very straight question, so does not need any time. So what should be the answer for this question? देखिए इसमें क्या है? Heat absorbed positive. What is delta U taken here? When we take heat is absorbed, it is plus 200 plus. What is work done here? It is work done by system. A system will do the work equivalent to energy of 300 joules. So it is taken minus 300. What is answer taken here? Minus 100 joules. So in question sometime you may get sign opposite also. Suppose system is losing heat or work done on system, or both can be positive or both can be negative. So be careful in solving such questions about sign convention of heat and work and relation of heat and work with the delta U. Okay. So before we move further, we will just introduce to you about zeroth law of thermodynamics. It is not much used in question solving. Zeroth law. Now what is zeroth law of thermodynamics? Write the statement. लिख लीजिए. Okay. If two bodies A and B, are in thermal equilibrium with third body C, then A and B must also be in thermal equilibrium with each other. If two bodies A and B are in thermal equilibrium with third common body C, then the bodies A and B must also be in thermal equilibrium with each other. That is what we can call zero thrust statement. Now इसका मीनिंग क्या, बहुत सिंपल है. देखिए, if you take, I read three bodies, body A, body C and body B. What this law says that if two bodies A and B are in thermal equilibrium with common body C, what is meaning of thermal equilibrium? इसका मीनिंग क्या होता है? There is no flow of heat between two bodies. Already we explained to you कि when two bodies are having different temperatures in contact, what happens? There is some flow of heat. There is some flow of heat from a body having high temperature to body having low temperature. So that is, we can take when two bodies were in contact or were not in equilibrium. What happens here? In this case, what we taken here, two bodies are in thermal equilibrium. In this case, there is heat transfer. If I suppose take temperature here 100 Celsius, other body have low temperature, let's say 40 degrees Celsius. What happens? There is some heat exchange, flow of heat from a hotter body to colder body because of this difference of temperature. Now, what we told the meaning here, thermal equilibrium. There is no flow of heat, there is no exchange of heat, there is no heat transfer between two bodies occurring. That means when it is possible when the two bodies are having same temperature. You can see when they have different temperature, they involve some heat transfer. Now if two bodies are having same temperature, they have no heat transfer between the bodies. That means what here, A and C are having same temperature, B and C also are having same temperature. Only then there is no heat transfer, heat exchange in the bodies A or C or B or C. That is law says that here, if two bodies A and B are in thermal equilibrium with third common body C, that means A and C or B and C have no heat transfer. ये कब नहीं होगा? When two bodies are having same temperature, that means A and C should have same temperature. Then B and C should also have same temperature. That means A and B should also be in thermal equilibrium with each other. Simple logic है. A and C have same temperature, B and C have same temperature. That means automatically A and B also will have same temperature. When A and B are having same temperature, means it is said to the case of thermal equilibrium. What is meaning of thermal equilibrium? So before we move further, let us introduce to you some basic terms, equilibrium in thermodynamics. We can call them thermodynamic equilibrium. So यहाँ पे हमने वही यूज ओनली सिंगल टर्म thermal equilibrium. So let us take the next term here. Different terms involved in thermodynamic equilibrium. Term we can take is types of equilibrium. The types of equilibrium. देखिए पहला आपका क्या होता है? थर्मल इक्विलिब्रियम. It is based on what? It is based on equality of temperature. Means between two bodies there is no flow of heat. There is no flow of heat. वो कब होता है? If the two bodies are having same temperature. So I can say here, in case of thermal equilibrium, the two bodies in contact or system and surroundings, they are having same temperature. So it is based on the equality of temperature. Second can be taken what here? Mechanical equilibrium. Mechanical equilibrium. What is mechanical equilibrium? It is based on equality of pressure. It is based on equality of pressure. इसका मीनिंग क्या होता है कि there is no flow of heat and no flow of gases from one to second compartment if they were having same pressure. Exchange will take place but equal, but no net diffusion or effusion type. So mechanical equilibrium is based on the equality of pressure. Then third can be taken material equilibrium, material equilibrium, material equilibrium, इसका मीनिंग क्या होता है? इट इज बेस्ड or contained in such equilibrium, in such an equilibrium, the number of moles of each substance, number of moles of each substance in a definite phase remains constant, material equilibrium means number of moles, amounts, mass that should remain same in a given phase. Means in material equilibrium, in such an equilibrium, number of moles of each substance in a definite phase will remain constant. Now we have two types of material equilibrium. It can be taken one phase, or it is called physical equilibrium, phase और physical equilibrium. इसमें क्या होता है? phase और physical equilibrium, they have no chemical reaction, they only involve phase transformations, like if I suppose take A is some solid changes to a liquid, or I can write here a liquid can change to a gas, means it is fusion process, it is evaporation process. In such a process where they have no chemical reaction, no decomposition, nothing, only they have phase transformation, solid to liquid, liquid to gas, solid to gas, or the allotropes can have phase transitions. So that is their only involving phase transition, changes, transformations. That is called phase equilibrium. And then the two processes will be at equilibrium, then we call them phase equilibrium, or it is also called physical equilibrium. Second is called chemical equilibrium. What happens in chemical equilibrium? Like we have already studied, or we study in topic chemical equilibrium, they involve chemical reactions. In chemical reactions, compound can decompose, form, or reaction take place. Example of reaction can be taken like here, reaction of N2 gas plus 3H2 gas forming ammonia gas, or you can take like CaCO3 solid decomposed to form calcium oxide solid plus CO2 gas, or you can take like here HI can decompose to form H2 plus I2 gas, So this is basically introduction of three types of equilibrium. Thermal equilibrium, we just explained to you in topic zeroth law of thermodynamics. Okay, the two bodies were having same temperature, so there is no flow of heat from one to second body. Mechanical equilibrium, when the two system or bodies are having same pressure. Then material equilibrium, number of moles will be same. Now in different phases, so it can be taken two types. One is called phase or physical equilibrium. Second is called chemical equilibrium. In phase equilibrium, a solid will change to liquid, or liquid can convert to gas without chemical reactions. While we take in chemical equilibrium, they have chemical reaction involvement, like gas will form ammonia, decompose to form CaO plus CO2, HI form H2 plus I2 are the common examples of chemical equilibrium. समझ में आ रहा है आपको? आ रहा है? It is chemical equilibrium, it is physical equilibrium. Now, if you take all three combinations, if you combine all the three, then they form thermodynamic equilibrium. You can add on one point, लिख लीजिए. लिखिए when all three equilibrium when all the given three equilibrium are developed in a closed container or closed vessel, then the system is said to be in thermodynamic equilibrium. And the system is said to be in thermodynamic equilibrium. तीनों होने चाहिए इसमें, मैकेनिकल, थर्मल, मटेरियल. When all three are existing together in a closed container, closed vessel, then it is called as thermodynamic equilibrium. So I hope the definition part is clear of combination of the three and meaning of term thermodynamic equilibrium. In zeroth law we were focusing mainly only thermal equilibrium. Okay, so that is what this term taken, equilibrium. Zeroth law was involved, so given this terms as well to you. Now next term taken is our enthalpy.